I'm back in my kitchen and we're making braised beef ragu today. And this is the sauce that's going to go over our homemade tagliatelle. Guys, I have to admit, I had this recipe, or I had this dish in a restaurant and I just fell in love with it and came home and tried to copycat it. So this is my own version. Hope you enjoy it. Starting off with some olive oil heating up in our nice clay pot here. Here I have tomato passata, red wine, salt, pepper, chilies, Italian seasoning, cubed beef, and in here I have celery, onion, and garlic. Okay, we're not going to add that yet. So once this gets nice and hot, we're going to add our beef in here. Get a good browning on that. Braising meat is all about cooking it for a long period of time until it falls apart in a lot of liquid. So once this sauce has a chance to all come together, we're going to just simmer it for a few hours on the stove. Salt it. Pepper. A little bit of heat, not too much, just for taste. Okay, we want to put in our veggies. I have a medium-sized carrot here, chopped really fine, half of a small onion, and some garlic. Okay, we want to let that go and get those veggies nice and soft. Okay guys, here I have some chopped up soppressata. It's our homemade soppressata. And typically I would add some prosciutto or pancetta at this point. I didn't have either one of those things. So I'm improvising today and crossing my fingers and hoping for the best, but I'm sure it's going to be fine, guys. That's what having fun in the kitchen's all about. Improvise. So here is about, I would say about half a cup of cubed soppressata. I literally just took this out of my cantina, guys. It's still even a little fresh. And I think that's going to work just great because it has the salt and the seasonings that I'm after. And it's going to give that nice little smoky taste in our sauce here. to deglaze all this with a good amount of wine. This sauce is a darker sauce. It's not your typical really red tomato sauce. And if you're following me along, you know that I mentioned in my earlier videos is that I have so many different versions of pasta sauce. So we're just scraping up the bits. Letting the alcohol evaporate a little bit out of our wine. It already smells fantastic. I have my windows open. My neighbors are pretty far from me. We live on some property, but I'm sure they're smelling some great things coming out of my kitchen today. Okay. I don't know if you can see that, but that is looking almost like a gravy. That is what we want. Okay. See that, guys? Okay, we're going to add our tomato passata here. This is just a strained tomato. Yeah, let's do it all. Addition of red wine also makes it darker too. So we're just going to swish our jar here. Not too much. We're going to thin out this sauce with some more wine, so we kind of want it a little thick. Again, guys, if you're following me, you've heard me say, so important, the brand of tomatoes you're looking for. This is Muti, and it's actually one of my favorites, the best, and it's from Italy, and it's jarred with some basil, so extra flavor, and it's just such a nice tomato base, and it's a great starter for a lot of sauces. So I chose to do that over my jarred tomatoes because my jarred tomatoes are a little pulpier, and you want a very rich, dense sauce for this sauce. You could use tomato paste as well. To be honest, I didn't have tomato paste, so I typically would put it in, but I'm not going to today. It's gonna be fine. Okay, we want to give that a little bit of salt again. And my triple mix Italian seasoning here. Taste that for salt. Give it a chance to dissolve. If it doesn't dissolve, then you're not going to get the true taste there. Always taste with a separate spoon, guys. You don't want to be tasting with the utensil you're cooking with. Gross. Not cool. That taste. Yummy. Okay. Even though the tomato's still a little fresh tasting, so good. So we're gonna just finish up adding our vino. We've put a good cup of wine in there. Now we're gonna let this go. It's going to come to a boil, which it has. Reduce to medium and let this go for 2 hours, guys. Stirring often. You may have to put it down to a simmer. If it starts to thicken too much, you can thin it out with some stock, water, your choice, okay? So we'll see you back here when it's all ready. Hey guys, this is our finished sauce, our beef ragu, our braised beef ragu. And you can see that the meat is completely fallen apart. Okay, so that is ready. That simmered 2.5 hours this afternoon. And that is going to be ready to be served over our tagliatelle.